Death Shrieks have gathered in a cave near the outskirts of Myra's southern border, Carmichael Thondway announces, glancing across the room. It's late afternoon, and I'm standing in Carmichael's personal library, along with several other alaki. B, a thoughtful northern novice with green eyes and black hair. Meru, the short southern novice at Wapa's forever making eyes at. And Britta, Belcalis, Kazal, and Edwapa. White Hands and the other Carmuncles sit quietly in the corner assessing this. This time tomorrow, our small party will be on the outskirts of Hamira hunting death shrieks. And not just the ordinary ones either. This particular group has killed over 50 men in the week they've been nesting at the southern border. Most death shrieks take at least 2 or 3 months to wreak such devastation. We're hunting these on our very first raid. My heart pounds, fear, nerves, and eagerness all coming together as one. This is what I've been training all those months for. The death shrieks are massing here, near the jungle's villas of several nobles, Kamoko Thondaway says, walking to the center of the library where a map of Otera has been carved into the floor. She points with the spear to the area we'll be traveling to, a small village on Hamira's leftmost edge. You lot and your Uruni will ride out tomorrow and engage them at this cave. She points to the location, then looks up, beckons to me. Deka, this is where your particular talent becomes of use. I reluctantly walk over, noticing the questions arising in the other blood sister's eyes. Once I reach her, Kamako Thondaway turns to face them. You all know Deka, she begins, patting my shoulder. What you do not know, however, is that she is not quite like the rest of you. The girls glance at each other, confused, my muscles tense, anxiety roping them tight. None of us in White Hand's lessons have told any of the others about my ability, and now that moment is here. I'm filled with dread. Will they hate me? Fear me? A hand nudges mine. Britus. It's all right, Deka, she whispers, smiling. I'm right here. I smile back, relieved. Deka is an anomaly among your kind, Kamako Thondaway explains, glancing around the room. She has the power to command death shrieks. The other girls gasps, and Wapta sends me a shocked look. Deka? She whispers, a question in her eyes. I nod quickly, suddenly shy. B raises her hand. I do not understand, Karmoko. Do you mean she can hypnotize them? Something like that, Karmoko Thondaway replies. She can only do so for short periods of time, but, as you can imagine, this is a very helpful ability, so we must explore it. Now she looks across the room, her eyes stern. A word of warning. Very few people know of Deka's talent. Only those in this room, the Jatu commanders, and a few select others are privy to this information. No one else may know, not even your other blood sisters, on pain of death. B nods, staring at me thoughtfully. I stand straighter, trying to seem stronger, worthy somehow. I still don't know why I was gifted with this ability, but I don't want to act so timid that the other blood sisters dismiss me for my lack of confidence. Now let's talk strategy, Kamako Thondaway declares. She glances at the other blood sisters, then me. The plan is simple. Deka, you will approach first, flanked by your Uruni and Britta. You will lure the death shrieks out using your voice and render them motionless if you can. The others will then exterminate them, fast and simple. Do you understand? She asks. I nod. Yes, Carmichael. I say, my muscles rope tighter than ever. It's finally here. The time for me to accomplish my purpose. The very thought makes my mouth dry. I can do this. I can do this. Carmichael Thondaway smiles at me and nods. Then let's go over the finer points. The mood is somber when we gather in the stands with our Uruni later in the evening. Our group has been allowed to have 2 hours to ourselves, as is the custom with every new raiding party. So we've decided to pass the time having dinner. This almost feels like a sort of funeral, a chance to say goodbye before it's too late. After all, it's very likely that some of us will die tomorrow. I'm not the only one who feels this way. As I bite into my dinner of hot stew and bread, a clan, Belcalis' Uranu, shifts beside me. What does it feel like, dying? He asks quietly. There's an expression on his face, a vulnerability I've never seen there before. Cold. Very cold, I reply. You can feel the blood slowing inside you. Then there's the darkness, the loneliness. Dying is very lonely. And after? Akalan prompts, uncertain. Perhaps he's not all bluster and rudeness after all. After? I try to picture it. It's a difficult thing. I've always remembered dying, but I can't quite recall what comes afterward. All I remember is the darkness and the peace. If I try to think of anything further than that, the memory shifts away. Lots of my memories shift away now. I sometimes think that I don't want to remember them, don't want to feel the fear that accompanies them. It's wrong. To my surprise, this answer comes from Belcalis, and there's a faint smile on her face as she looks up from the cream that she's been mixing all evening. Belcalis is very good at poultices and solutions, a talent she learned while working at her uncle's apothecary. She makes them every time she's nervous or anxious, even though we don't need any such remedies as an alaki. It's always warm, like something is surrounding you, keeping you safe. You sound as if you like it. This perplexed observation comes from Kweku, Atwapa's plump and usually cheerful Urani. His eyebrows are gathered together, large brown eyes confused underneath them. Belcalis shrugs. I don't mind it. Being dead, that is. It's actually peaceful. Like you're floating in warmth and happiness. Whenever people call us monsters, I think about it when I'm dead. What it feels like. And I wonder, if I'm that much of a monster, why is Oyomo so kind to me in the afterlands? This answer doesn't sit well with the Kalin, and he quickly arises. Oyomo is kind to everyone, from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low, and you might not want to share such words amidst company. The priests might accuse you of blasphemy. He quickly walks away, back stiffly upright. I can't help but feel that this is out of fear more than anger. Unlike us, the recruits get only one death. I'll go talk to him, British Urani Lee says, his expression apologetic as he makes his exit as well. Kweku quickly does the same, leaving us in silence behind him. The moments tick by until finally British sighs. That went just as well as expected. We all laugh nervously, but we still follow the boys with our eyes until they disappear down the hill to the barracks before we get turned back to each other. Keita remains, much to my surprise. Despite our somewhat closer relationship now, he's still not the sort for idle conversation. He turns to Belcalis. Have you died many times then? He asks. She shrugs. Only 6. From bleedings, mostly. 6, he sputters. When Belcalis shrugs unconcerned, he shakes his head. And bleedings? Sometimes priests like to take our blood and sell it, Belcalis says, mixing the poultice faster and faster. She doesn't want to talk about this anymore. They always take lots of it, I add quickly, drawing the attention away from her. Once, as the village elders were dismembering me, I woke up and the entire cellar was covered in blood. That was unpleasant and painful, but mainly unpleasant. I'd gotten used to it, you see. They dismembered me quite a lot. I'm used to saying this without feeling any of the old fear and nausea now, so the expression that takes over Keita's face startles me. It's horror. Pure, unfiltered horror. I have to... Pardon me, he says abruptly, scrambling up. His body shakes as he walks away. I watch him go, then sigh. Sometimes, I forget how sheltered the recruits are. Yes, they're soldiers, and yes, they live with brutality, with horror, but they have no understanding of what life is like for us, the pain we've endured. I should have told him about my past more gently, eased him into it. But now that I've said the words out loud, I don't regret saying them at all. I think I'll take some time to myself, I say as I arise. The others nod as I walk away. My favorite tree is the blue-flowered nistria on the next hill. It's a towering old giant. Its branches so broad they can block my view of almost everything else. The rest of the Warthubera always seem far away, a distant memory once I slip into the small space under the branches and breathe in the delicate fragrance wafting from the flowers. That's where Keita finds me some minutes later, lying quietly in the shade. "My apologies for running off," he says, crouching down beside me. "You were telling me about the most horrifying thing that ever happened to you, and I fled like a child. I could have never imagined that, what they did to you. I still can't." He looks away, struggling for words. Finally, he composes himself, turns back to me. "I'm sorry, Decker," he says. "From the bottom of my soul, I'm sorry for what was done to you. Sorry for what was done to all of you. I know it doesn't make a difference, but I just want to say it so you know how I feel." I blink, startled by his words. Whatever I was expecting, it certainly was not this. This may be the most Keita has ever said to me in one go. I nod as he takes a seat, then turn and smile at him. "I wouldn't compare you to a child," I say. "More like one of those tree lizards." I point to the pale green lizard scurrying across the nistria's branches. Keita mouth quirks. "I'll take nothing less than a horned lizard," he says. "Horned lizard it is," I agree. His smile widens for a moment. Then he sighs. "I'm sorry," he whispers again. "Sorry for what happened to you. Sorry that I didn't stay to hear you finish what you were saying." "It's all right," I reply. "I shouldn't have told you in the first place." "You shouldn't have had to go through such horror in the first place," he says, his eyes grim. "What those elders did, that's not what's supposed to happen." "But what do you think the death mandate is?" I ask him softly. I know he knows about it. All the Jatu in his unit do. They were tasked with enforcing it if the priests failed. That was, of course, before alaki became necessary. It's there. It's always been there. Keita looks away guiltily, so I move closer. I don't want him to turn away from me, from this conversation. This may be the only chance I ever get. "My kind, we don't have a choice," I say. "Fight or die. Either way, our lives are not our own. Belcalis is right, you know. They call us demons. But are we really?" Keita looks down. "I don't know," he sighs. "I don't know anymore. When I first became a recruit, I thought that's what your kind were. I thought I'd hate you as I worked with you, and even when I made the bargain with you, I still distrusted you. But now, I echo. Now when I look at you, all I can see is my comrade. And now, when I hear what was done to you," his hands clench. He has to breathe before he releases them. He turns to me. "Who dismembered you?" he asks. "What are their names?" "What does it matter?" I shrug. "According to the infinite wisdoms, I'm a demon. Besides, it's over and done with." Keita gathers my hand in his and squeezes it. The heat from his hand is like a furnace washing over my skin. "It matters to me," he says. "You matter to me." The words set my heart to beating and twist my stomach into knots. I do not know why I'm suddenly warm, suddenly flushed in his presence. "You are my Urini," I say softly, a reminder to myself. "I thank you for caring." Even if I wasn't your Urini, I would care. To my surprise, Keita's other hand reaches up to clasp my chin. He lifts it up so I can meet his eyes. They're warm, earnest. My body tingles. "I remember seeing you in Jor Hall the first day," he says softly. "When I saw you standing there, so frightened, Britta at your side, you reminded me of something that I had forgotten. My heart is beating so fast now, I'm scared it'll burst from my chest. What was that? I whisper. Myself. When I was younger. I'm so sorry, he says, abruptly moving his hand. I'm sorry, I'm powerless, Deca. Sorry your life was taken from you. Sorry that violence brought you here. Same as it brought me. I stare at him, trying to understand these few last words. I've always known that there was some tragedy in Keita's past, but I never asked, since I know he wouldn't want me to pry. I sense that now is still not that time, so I just blink. It's all right, I say. At least I have my blood sisters now. It's enough. I never had friends like that back home. Never had much of anyone, really. I remember how easily Father abandoned me. How easily Elfried did too. I blink again, startled. I haven't thought about them in weeks. Haven't even questioned again whether I'm Father's child or not. Now that White Hands is here, I'm content to wait for answers, safe in the knowledge that no matter what the truth is, no one's going to lock me in a cellar or bleed me because of my abilities. Perhaps that's why I can be here like this with Keita. His eyes seem to glow as he glances sideways at me. Am I your friend, Deca? Do you want to be? I say this part so softly I don't think he hears it. But then he whispers in my ear, his breath stirring the short mop of curly hair above it. I think I'm something much better. I'm your Urani, now until the day of our deaths. It's the nicest thing I've heard in a long time.